that look of unknowing, that look of despair, that look of, and I know that these why questions come up from time to time, especially when something bad happens, especially when something bad happens immediately, suddenly. Like it's one thing to know this is coming, but then it's a completely different thing when you just get kind of blindsided by an emergency that you weren't prepared for. Even normal things that we are prepared for. Sometimes when the reality of them happen, we seem to still find ourselves asking, why? Why now? Why this? Why us? Lord, why me, Lord? And I know that I'm not the only one who has found themselves at that crossroad of questions. In those times, nobody seems to give us a language that's big enough to be able to hold that kind of fear, that kind of weight, that kind of heavy, honest chin that really doesn't even have an answer. But Hebrews, the second chapter of Hebrews, I feel that it gives us guidance. It doesn't answer the question why. It doesn't silence the question or shame the one who is asking why. It doesn't give us those religious shortcuts that we sometimes use because we're uncomfortable even being around not only our pain but other people's pain. We find ourselves saying things like, God's ways are not our ways. You ever been mourning and somebody say that kind of stuff to you, or you're in pain because of a loss, and somebody comes in and instead of just sitting with you and being with you, they say, God works all things together for good. You know exactly what I'm saying, right? Where God has while yes, God does have a plan, these sayings in those moments feel like more of a spiritual band-aid, but they imply something that whoever wrote the book of Hebrews is not